Hello, this is Taniqua. Welcome to part 2 of Single Parent Chronicles. I was so happy about the positive outcome and responses I got to video 1. I decided to go ahead and post video 2. So I want to thank you in advance for watching. I remember saying in part 1 how depressed and down I was. I'm not in that place anymore in my life. I've came a long way and I still got a long ways to go. With the grace of God, I'm where I'm at now. So I'm going to just keep walking forward and giving the best example for my kids. I just decided to go ahead and start making these videos because I feel like it can be words of encouragement for someone, because you never know what someone is going through. Life happens. It's going to happen to all of us at one point in time. So I feel like these words of encouragement can get through to someone who's going through something right now, who was at the place that I was at. If you know anybody who needs words of encouragement, or if you need words of encouragement, please watch these videos. We've been through a lot, and we've overcame a lot. So this can help you. Like I said, you never know what someone is going through. You never know that the person who's wearing the same clothes every day, could not afford clothes for themselves. They can only afford clothes for their kids and keep their bills afloat. You never know that the person who's saying that they need $3 to $4 on pump 1 in the gas station in front of you can only afford that because that is their last after paying all their bills and necessities for their kids with that paycheck, and they need that $3 to $4 to help them try to make it to work for the rest of the week. You never know what someone is going through. I want to go ahead and talk today about not giving up and keeping afloat for your kids, keeping a positive outlook for your kids. I realized here within this last year, negative thoughts bring a negative reality. So if you keep having negative thoughts, it's going to keep bringing a negative reality, because you basically are what you speak or think. So you're going to act that out. You're going to, speak that out. So change your outlook in things. I know it's hard. I know it's easier said than done, but it can be done. I know that I really had to work on that because I just had every negative thought in my head. Everything would be like, oh, but this could go wrong. But this could go wrong. Anytime something good would happen, I would think the opposite, because, why would anything good happen to me? So I had to change my outlook. I had to change my mindset. Change your mindset. A positive mindset would bring a positive reality. And you speak stuff into existence. If you keep speaking stuff into existence that's positive, positive is going to come out. So put into the world what you want to come from it. Also, I want to talk about, it's resources out there. I know as a parent, sometimes you do not like asking for help. I was that way. I never liked asking for help. I'm not that person. I wouldn't ask my parents for help. I wouldn't ask my family for help, friends for help. They see me, and even if I've been crying that whole day and depressed, they be like, Taniqua, what's wrong? Nothing. That was my answer. Nothing. I'm okay. And I don't need no help. And so you need some type of help. Sometimes in life you're going to need help. In one point in time and another, you're going to need help. Ask for help. Look for resources. It's a lot of resources by me Googling and looking at different stuff in my local area that I have got resources on. Like I stated, we have fell on some hard times. Me and my kids, we've been in income-based living. I'm not ashamed to say that because sometimes you can't afford to pay rent by, at an apartment or a house or whatever. We have been, like I stated in video 1, at the welfare office asking for food stamps when I couldn't afford to pay for food for the month because I was barely making above minimum wage. Even when I wasn't working, it was many times where, it wasn't many times, but it was sometimes when I wasn't working, especially when I was pregnant with my second child, and she was a high-risk pregnancy, so I couldn't work at all. I had to lay flat in a bed for about 9 months all through my pregnancy, from the time I found that I was pregnant to the time I pretty much had her, or maybe a month before I had her. I had to lay in a bed and not move because she was trying to miscarry. So I couldn't afford to work, so I had to look for some type of resource to provide at least the small bit of necessities for my son who was here at that time. So I had to get welfare checks. It was many a times that I couldn't afford diapers and wipes, or I was low on diapers and wipes or milk at that time. So I had to go up to emergency infant services and ask for those things. And it killed me to do that. It broke me down. I have been working since I was 14 years old. So with me being working for that amount of time and so long, and to ask anyone for help killed me. I don't like asking for help, like I stated, but it's okay to ask for help. Sometimes we need help. If it's just someone to listen to what we going through, if it's a couple of dollars, sometimes anything helps, and I believe that now. I know that now. So I will be the first one to tell you, if you need help out there, even if it's just a shoulder to cry on, somebody to listen to you about what's going on and give you words of encouragement. If it's someone to give you, hey, just a couple of dollars, something like that, or even if it's to buy you a meal or something because you can't afford it right now. Please, a closed mouth don't get fed. That's what I was told. Yeah, I didn't take heed to it during that time, but that's what I was told. And I know now, a closed mouth don't get fed. Nobody's going to know what you're going through, if you don't want to talk about what you're going through. So please, ask for resources, ask for help. I know it's a lot of resources and help out there. I will put links at the bottom of this video about some of the resources I found. And most of those resources is national, so you can look, for your local area with your zip code and everything. Also, I want to say that it takes time. You have to walk before you can run. So just know that it's going to take some time to get back on your feet. It's going to take some time to get over what you're going through. I learned a long time ago that when God tells you to move, you move at that point. You don't move when you're ready. It was many a times that I could have avoided hurt and pain and everything that I was going through during that time of the last 6 years. But I decided to stay where I was. I decided to stay in the situation I was. I decided to keep that same mindset. So, you know what? Sometimes God's going to teach you a lesson. So he's going to say, hey, if you want to stay in this situation and you don't want to get out of this situation, I can't force you to get out of this situation. So I'm going to let it continue to hurt you until you're ready to move, like I told you to move. So when I was ready to move and I finally decided to move, that pain and hurt went away and my mindset changed. And I thank God for that every day. And I thank him for bringing me to a point where I'm not that person anymore. I still, like I said, got a long ways to go, but I'm not that person anymore. So please, like I said, get some help. If you need help, please reach out to somebody if you need to reach out to somebody. If you need any kind of guidance, please turn to God, because he's the only one who can guide you and will lead you in the right direction. He will never leave nor forsake you. He will be the only one there when you have no one else there. I have seen many of my friends and so-called family, that I claimed as family, leave me and basically said deuces, but God never left me nor forsake me. So I am thankful for that. Like I stated, you are not the only one who's going through something, so please take heed to my video. That is all for today. Like I said, I will be posting links. I will post my email again so you can keep reaching out, giving me different ideas and everything. And I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to video 1 and video 2 now that I just posted. Remember, you got this.